All right, let's get right into it. Fixer-upper homes are up to 78% cheaper in these 10 metros. This whole breakdown is brought to you by Real Estate Rank IQ.
Check this out. We're starting with a huge number, 77.7%. I mean, wow. That is the potential discount you could get on a fixer-upper in Jackson, Mississippi. We're talking about a massive opportunity here for anyone who's not afraid of a little work.
Okay, so that was just one city. What about the whole country? Well, if we zoom out to the national picture, the gap is still gigantic. A typical home is listed for around $436 grand. A fixer-upper? It's down at $200,000. That's a 54% discount nationwide. It just goes to show how much value is on the table if you know where to look.
So the big question is, where exactly are these deals? Let's break down the top 10 metros where you're going to find the biggest discounts, if you're a smart buyer, that is.
And here's the list. We already talked about Jackson, Mississippi, just blowing everyone away, but look at what's right behind it. You've got St. Louis, Birmingham, Pittsburgh, all of them with discounts over 67%. And as you go down the list, Toledo, Detroit, Dayton, Little Rock, Wichita, and Kansas City, you start to see a pattern, right? It's all about the Midwest and the South. Every single city in this top 10 has a discount of over 56%. The difference in price is, well, it's just staggering.
You might be wondering, what exactly are we calling a fixer-upper? It's a fair question. This isn't just a random guess. The analysis is super specific. We're talking about single-family homes at least 20 years old that are listed below the median price per square foot for their area. And the cool part is, they're also flagged by an AI that looks for those classic keywords you see in listings. You know, stuff like good bones or needs a little TLC.
Okay, so why do these huge discounts even exist in the first place? Well, it really comes down to three main things. First, you've got a lot of aging houses in these cities, so plenty of properties are just due for an upgrade. Second, affordability is a huge deal right now. People are actively looking for homes they can fix up themselves to save money. And third, you have a lot of investors in these markets, which really helps create a clear price for as-is homes, making that gap between fixed up and not fixed up super obvious.
All right, knowing where the deals are is one thing, but knowing how to actually analyze one, well, that's what separates a home run from a total money pit. So let's get into the pro playbook so you can take all the guesswork out of it.
It really boils down to 4 simple steps. Step 1, figure out your ARV, your after repair value. You do this by looking at what similar but fully updated homes have sold for nearby. Step 2, build out a super detailed repair budget. And listen, always, add a 10 to 20% contingency fund. Trust me, there are always surprises. Step 3, calculate your total all-in cost. That's the purchase price, plus your repair budget, plus any other costs. And finally, step 4, check your numbers. Is there a solid profit margin? Are you gaining a good chunk of equity? The math has to work on paper before you ever make a move.
Okay, so let's say you found a deal, you ran the numbers, and it looks great. Now for the million-dollar question, right? How are you supposed to pay for the house and all the repairs? The good news is, you have options. If you're planning on living in the house, you can look at loans like an FHA 203K or a Fannie Mae Homestyle loan. These are great because they roll the purchase price and the renovation costs into one single mortgage. You might also be able to get a conventional loan with a special renovation escrow. Now, if you're an investor, you're probably looking for speed and flexibility, and that's where things like hard money loans come into play. So, let's talk about the two sides of the coin here, value add versus risk. On the value side, the big winners are pretty consistent. Kitchens and bathrooms, you can't go wrong there. And of course, updating the big mechanical systems like the roof or the HVAC is huge. But then you have to manage your risk. You have got to be on the lookout for the big-ticket problems, structural issues, old-school wiring, and, my personal favorite headache, any unpermitted work that a previous owner did. That stuff can turn a great deal into a nightmare real quick.
So if we take all this data, where's the real sweet spot? You know, the places with both deep discounts and a lot of properties to choose from. The analysis flags these 5 cities as the fixer-upper 5: Toledo, Jackson, St. Louis, Detroit, and Dayton. These are your prime hunting grounds because they have that perfect mix of opportunity and inventory.
And all of this leads to the one question that's probably on your mind right now. I mean, with all the dust and decisions, are fixer-uppers actually worth it right now?
And the answer is a resounding yes, but there's a big if attached. It is absolutely worth it if, and only if, that after repair value covers your total all-in cost and still leaves you with either a strong profit or a ton of equity. It all comes back to what we said before. You have to run the numbers.
This quote from the report really just nails it. A sub 100K entry point lets buyers capture location and lot value, then force appreciation with upgrades. That's the whole game right there. You're not just waiting for the market to go up. You are actively forcing the value of the property higher with your own work. You're creating that value from scratch.
So here's the bottom line. While a lot of people might see a rundown house and just see problems, the data shows there's a massive opportunity hiding there. The deals are out there. The real question is, are you ready to find them, run the numbers, and create that value for yourself? For more insights just like this, make sure you subscribe.